This is Alan Seaborn recording from home in quarantine for In Progress, a podcast about faith, life, and how we grow. And in this episode, I want to talk probably less about the normal kind of growth and what the process kind of looks like, and sharing some scripture that I normally do. This time I want to talk more about just some of the stuff that probably most of you are doing or trying to do or trying to figure out or have already figured out about how life looks a lot different right now. I know that not everyone listening is in the state of Michigan, and some states have different shutdown orders, different ways that they're categorizing what is and isn't essential business. I know that different countries are at different spots on the coronavirus. The only word coming to mind is journey. I definitely don't mean that word, but on the coronavirus scale or whatever, you get what I'm talking about. And I just want to share about some of the things that Annalise and I have been really working on and really trying to do, and really trying to figure out how in the midst of this to not, become just annoyed being around each other so much, to not get to a point where it's like we're going especially stir crazy. And I'm in some ways maybe kind of a unique person to be bringing that perspective, just because I by nature am super introverted. I know it's weird to think of someone who's introverted, part of their role being speaking in front of groups of people, but that's me. Annalise has described me as the most introverted person that she's ever met in her life. And to be honest with you, I'm recording this. I don't know how far into quarantine or stay at home we are. It's like probably 4 weeks now, something like that. And in a lot of ways, I'm like, yeah, this is really kind of my ideal speed for life. I feel like I'm actually getting more work done. I'm getting more sleep. I'm wearing pajamas all day, almost every day. Pretty much the only time I'm walking even, outside other than when we go take a walk is to let the dogs out, or, do some stuff in the yard, or do the very, very minimal car stuff, vehicle stuff that I could do. I changed a battery on my motorcycle, and I was so proud of myself that it actually worked after. But what I want to kind of talk about is how in the midst of this, Annalise and I have tried to figure out what are some rhythms that work for us, what are some things that are important. And I know that we're far enough into this that probably many of you go, yeah, we already figured this stuff out too. But I do want to mention it in case you haven't, in case you're not on that same page. And I totally understand. Annalise and I don't have any kids. And so going through this without being homeschool teachers, without, as we're working from home, without being a referee to kids' fights or to be the entertainer for the kids, or, all those complexities, the person who makes meals, all that stuff. I understand that our experience in that way is a lot different than many people's experience. But I do want to talk about some of the things that we've been doing to really work on staying connected to each other and staying connected to other people. And one of those things is the thing that has obviously gotten really popular basically out of nowhere for many of us, is using Zoom or some other kind of video chat service to just stay connected and touch in. We had a big Seaborn family Zoom video chat the other day. So it was, I'm the oldest of 4. And so Annalise and I are the only ones that don't have kids. And so we had my mom and dad, we had me and Annalise, then we had my brother and his wife out in New Jersey and their 2 kids, my sister and her husband in Grand Rapids and their 3 kids, and then my youngest sister and her one son. And so it was a melee, everyone trying to get a word in and most failing, but it was great to see everyone and kind of just check in and touch in. We've been doing those kind of video chat things with our small group as well. Sometimes playing some like online video game. That's not the word, like online board game kind of stuff. And then, just kind of checking in, seeing how everyone's doing. We also have done some kind of one-on-one, like, or couple-to-couple, like Scrabble matches where we're doing video chat while we're doing it, just to kind of stay connected with people. So I want to encourage you. I'm guessing that you probably have tried that stuff out, or you found yourself at least on the phone calling or texting with people that, you maybe haven't connected with in a little while. But another thing that Annalise and I have been trying to do is to figure out a time, I don't want to say every day, but maybe every other day, where we try to do, maybe every third day. No, I think every other day is fair. Where we try to do something where we take a walk together. Sometimes we bring the dog, sometimes we don't. Or, where we'll do kind of a little bit of a workout at home, just to kind of stay active, but also to do something together. We've played some board games here, just me and Annalise together. But, getting active and moving around is a good thing too. And so I just want to encourage you, as you're in the midst of life looking radically different than it did a month and a half, 2 months ago. I want to encourage you to find some of those ways to still connect in with people, to still connect in with your spouse, to still, do some things to keep you active and moving around, because it's just so easy for one day to blend into the next, and it blends into the next. And, if you ask me what day of the week today was, I'm not sure I know right now. If you ask how long we've been in this lockdown, I definitely don't know that. And it's really easy just to kind of float through, and, you probably, hopefully, are able to do some work from home, or maybe you're homeschooling now, or maybe, whatever the case may be. So maybe you have more of a frame of reference there than what I do. But even in the midst of that, I want to encourage all of us to do some of those things, to stay in touch with the people around us, to stay in touch with our immediate family who we live with, and to not let these moments, I've kind of shared this in some of the videos that I'm putting up on the Facebook page, but not try to fast forward through this time, because that, I think, is our natural inclination to say, okay, I want to get through with this, and then when life goes back to normal, then we can do this, that, or the other. And I want to really encourage you and me, all of us, to figure out, okay, in the midst of this, what does it look like to love my family well? What does it look like to love my extended family and friends and people I don't live with well? What does it look like to still be reaching out, to still be there for people. It's obviously in a different way than being there for people was, a couple months ago. But I want to encourage all of us to take a look at that stuff and to even find these ways, even if it's as simple as, doing a video chat while you play a game online, to find some ways to stay connected, and as simple as going for walks with your immediate family, because these are ways that we can not let this time be a time that just kind of slips away, a time where we just float through it going, I can't wait till this is over. Because in the meantime, there are some important opportunities for checking in, for investing in relationship, and ultimately for growth. And I want to encourage you along the way. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep staying home as much as you can. Keep staying, socially distant from people. And we're doing the right thing. I know it feels like, okay, it's been going on for a while, and we can start to say, is this really working? Or, okay, it's working, so we can be done. And it's easy to start thinking either of those two things. And I just want to encourage, we don't know what's coming ahead. We don't know what a week or 2 weeks or a month from now is going to look like. And if we make the most of our time right here, right now, loving the people around us, we're not going to look back in a month and regret that we did that. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage me and remind me to do the same, to make these moments count.